What's up, guys? Kyle with Max Conversion here with you today to walk you through a med spa Google Ads setup. We're going to be walking through all the different types of treatments you guys can offer. Now, we probably won't cover everything, but I've got 6 different treatments here that we're going to target. I'm going to show you how to set these med spa campaigns up just like we do at Max Conversion, professionally, adding negative keywords, really everything you need in the Google Ads dashboard to get this thing going. So the only thing I'm not going to walk you guys through in this video is the website landing page setup. This video would be probably an hour and a half long if I did that. But this is strictly Google Ads setup. It's going to go through all the keywords, the match types, the settings, tips and tricks, different things you want to target. So let's jump right into it. First thing you guys are going to want to do, if you don't already have a Google Ads account, make sure you set one up. You're going to go to campaigns, and once you're at campaigns, we're just going to go ahead and add a new campaign. We're going to create a campaign without goal guidance. I know your guys' goal is to generate leads typically, but we're going to do it without goal guidance because we want to have full control over our Google Ads campaign. We're going to be running a search campaign. These work the best, the highest intent, the ones that convert the best. Hit continue, even though we want website visits and phone calls, we're just going to hit continue anyway. For this case, I'm just going to name it because we name all our campaigns after our business name, and then we're going to do med spa. And then what I like to do is I like to do the start date, and it is July of 2025. So I like to put that start date in just with new campaigns so that you can always go back and look at when you started the campaign without having to go through and sift through any data. Now, we want to focus on conversions. However, since Google doesn't have any conversion data, we need to focus on clicks at the beginning. We're going to set our max CPC to $5. This charges us $5 every click. Now, we're going to go through, after we set up this campaign, the keyword research and kind of get a better idea. We'll set it to 5 for now, and then we'll change it before we publish the campaign. We'll hit next. We're going to turn off Google Search Partners. Google Search Partners results in a lower CPC, but what it also results in is poor quality traffic. You guys will end up wasting a lot of money, wasting time on the phone with potential leads, so we turn that off. Google Display Network is similar to Facebook ads in a way where it shows image ads on the side of websites and different things, so it's the same as Facebook ads in that sense, but also not. You don't want to run it. You would run it, if you ever do run it, you would want to run an entirely separate campaign for Display Network. So we're just going to focus on search. Big setting here, guys. Make sure that it's people in or regularly in. Google recommends this, but this is people in, regularly in, or who've shown interest in your location. So say a person's out in California and you guys are out in Miami, Florida. If that individual searched for Miami, Florida enough, they can actually find your med spa, even though you're in Miami and they're in California, they can still find your ads. So we only want people in the area. Otherwise, you might get calls from outside the area. You guys will waste some money, and we don't want to be wasting money. So put it in. Enter your location. So guys, make sure your location isn't too tight. So for this instance, we'll use St. Louis. So if we just did this, way too close. So what you can do is you can add a radius. So if we were in St. Louis, you could do this. I would recommend kind of keeping it to probably about 15 miles or so. This would be perfect. Another thing you guys can do is you guys can add all your different zip codes as well. You can add the specific cities. So, you've got like Ladue, you've got Fenton, and you've got all these other different places. And that actually went out to Michigan. So, but however you guys want to do this, you can. And just kind of make sure that these isn't going too far out, because people aren't going to want to drive an hour and a half more than likely to start using you guys. So you want to kind of keep it local. If you guys aren't getting enough volume, then you expand it from there. English, yes. Audience segments. So this is a tip that we actually love. So one of the things we love to do is put shoppers on, and we put it on targeting instead of observation. Shoppers are great audience for the med spa industry. So we put shoppers, targeting, kind of just a little quick tip there. You don't need to do that, but it is kind of something we found that is valuable. Keep these the same. Ad schedule, I would only recommend running these business hours, so 9 to 5, whatever your guys' business hours are, and you should just be able to answer the phone if they do call. The rest of this is good, so we're just going to hit next, we're going to hit next, we're going to hit skip, and for this specific campaign, we are going to be using the URL https www.medspalcompany.com. This is not a legit company, it's nothing, but that's what we're going to be using. So the first kind of ad group that we want to set up is we're just going to go with general med spa company. So med spa near me, med spa at your guys' location, so St. Louis. You guys can add medical spa, anything related to this. But what you can also do is you can add it here, and you can have update keyword suggestions, and it will add some suggestions here. So medical spa, spa medical, medical spa, this is good. Now, some of these are very similar, like the medical spa and medical spa, or medic spa. So you don't need to have them, so similar. Medical spa you'll show up for the medical spa, med spa, you'll show up for all of them. Spa medical, slave medical spa. All right. This is good. One thing we want to do here, so there's different keyword match types. There's broad, phrase, and exact. This is broad. Broad, you will show up for everything. You guys will likely show up for physicians and doctors and emergency room, just because it has the word medical in it. So what we want to do is we like to use these brackets around them. What these brackets do is it's called exact match. Exact match is the best in 2025. Even though it's not perfectly exact, basically when somebody looks up med spa near me or med spa St. Louis or medical spa, you guys will show up, and it'll be very loosely related terms is what we've seen with exact match. The other option is phrase match. So if we do phrase match here, which is totally okay to do as well, med spa St. Louis, anytime somebody looks up a phrase that has med, spa, St., and Louis, all in the phrase, doesn't have to be in that order, you will show up for this because it's phrase match. And then broad match is just nothing, and you'll show up for everything. So run phrase or exact. I recommend broad exact first, and then if you're not getting enough impressions and clicks, potentially loosening it up and doing phrase match. Don't worry about Google's recommendations. Google will always give you recommendations. They'll tell you your budget's too low, your bid's too low, you need to add more keywords. Don't listen to it. Just follow this tutorial step by step. Also down here it shows the exact phrase and broad match. So let's go ahead and add that final URL. So our final URL is medspalcompany.com. Again, this is not a real URL. And what we're going to go ahead and do here is we're going to do med spa on the display path. The first letter of each word should be capitalized throughout headlines, descriptions, everything. And then what we're going to do is we are going to write headlines for med spa in St. Louis. And what we want to cover here is all the different types of services you guys offer, from Botox to fillers to acne treatment and different things. So we got microneedling. Let's go ahead and start down here. So we got microneedling, Botox. Actually, I don't know if Google will allow that. Full anti-aging, microneedling and Botox, laser skin resurfacing. You guys can throw in there. St. Louis anti-aging experts. Let's see here. You guys can say top-rated med spa in St. Louis, 5-star med spa, book today. St. Louis skin experts. And this should be tailored towards your guys' city. Luxury med spa experience, your local team here. Book online today. Free appointments. Book now. So you can say different things like this. Again, don't worry about Google's recommendations. They're going to tell you your ad strength's average, it's poor, it's great. This is basically Google wants you to fill all this out so they can test these different headlines to figure out which ones works best for you. But they also want to just have that data on their end as well. So you don't have to fill all these out. It's recommended you do fill some out, but if you guys do think some will perform better in different spots than others, right? Like laser skin resurfacing, that's not really what we're looking for med spa company. We'll have a different ad group for that. What I might do is pin this in position 1. Since this is like a call to action book today, you might pin that in position 3. Since this is more services, you might pin that in position 2 and kind of go on from here. So this kind of broad, more niche services, and then kind of go in from there. So that's how we're going to have it set up. And now descriptions. We are going to write three to 4 descriptions. For this instance, we're going to write 3 and go from there. So what we want to do in the descriptions is we want to have we're gonna capitalize the first letter of each word. We're gonna have med spa in St. Louis, and we can have luxury service offering Botox, filler. You guys can have facials, skincare, and more. This is good. This is kind of like our overall arching. Let's put that in the description too. Actually, this is kind of our overall arching. Hey, these are the services you guys offer. And then what we're gonna have for kind of the other 2 descriptions is more kind of narrowed down on our keywords, right? So our keyword is med spa in St. Louis. So we want to have, let's say something about rejuvenating your skin with trusted St. Louis professionals, and discover radiant skin and confidence at St. Louis's top-rated med spa, and you can say book your visit today. And it's got to be 90 characters, so just delete that period if it's too long. Images we can add later. Site links you can add later. Callouts you can also add later. Now this looks good for our first ad group. We're going to go ahead and hit next. Set your guys' budget. I'm going to go ahead and confirm this, and I'll be right back. All right, so that's confirmed. So we're going to go ahead and set our daily budget. I wouldn't recommend anything below $20, $25 a day for med spa. You guys want enough data to be able to spend and kind of get some return on it. If you're only spending a few dollars a day, I'd probably wait till you guys have a little bit more money. Try and get up to $20, $25 a day at a minimum, and then grow from there. For this example, I'm just going to put on 5 since this campaign's not going to be running. We're going to hit next, and then it's going to make sure that there's no errors with our campaign. It's going to ask us to publish, or if there is an error with the campaign, then we can go back and fix that. I can't imagine there is, unless sometimes in the med spa space, Google does not approve ads instantly because of its medical lingo. That's kind of something we've run into on our end. So if you don't get your ads approved, just kind of reword them until they do get approved, because there's plenty of med spas running these type of campaigns, and so you guys shouldn't have any problems with it. So once that's done checking for errors, we will go ahead and hit continue and go on from there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit publish here. There's no problem with the campaign, and then it's going to go ahead and publish. Google will sometimes, you'll be shown the screen. Sometimes Google will want you to set up this installation. I wouldn't worry about it. Just go on to test installation, or I'll do this later. That is something you guys will want to do, so make sure that's installed on the website. Now, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to set up different ad groups. So we're going to set up one for Botox, we're going to set up one for fillers, we're going to set up one for facials and laser hair removal and microneedling and anti-aging. So just to kind of get a note of that, write those down. We need Let's see here. So we're going to build them all off our ad group that we have now. So if we go here to our notepad section, what we're going to do is we are going to have, let's see, we're going to do Botox, we're going to do laser hair removal, do anti-aging, and we're going to do micro needling, and we're going to do facials. Perfect. Now, if you guys do offer more services, obviously get those added in here. Just for the sake of this video, you guys will kind of get the gist of it as we set these up. But just for this video, we don't want to go on for too long because we could add all the services and it would be a few hour video. But the gist of how we'll set this up, it will be the same for all services. So let's start with the most known, Botox. So what we're going to go ahead and do, let's rename this one and just say Med Spa Company, because that's kind of our theme, is when people search, it's Med Spa Company. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is copy, and then we're going to paste. We're going to paste in this ad group. We're going to run that in the background. Now we have 5 of these. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to paste it 4 more times. That's 2, 3, 4, and then we've got our 5th one here. Now it does take a second to post and get this added to the ad group, but we're gonna sit tight until then. Go ahead and pause the campaign because it's not ready to run yet. You want to make sure that conversion tracking's set up and everything's ready to go. Something we can jump into before editing these ad groups is our assets. So something I recommend doing for your campaign is adding as many assets as you can, right? So if you guys have images of the team, or you guys doing the work, you'll want to add these images here. Go here, hit plus, go to the campaign level, hit images, and then upload, and upload those images that are fitting for your guys' campaign. Your business name, you'll want to get verified. So we're not verified, but you can upload your business name, your business logo. Site links are something you will want to do, and the way you're going to want to do this is you'll have the site link, right? Here's the final URL. You'll have your text, right? So it's, contact us, or, book an appointment. And then you write the description. Book an appointment, 100% online, affordable, Botox and facials, something like that. But you'll want to add a minimum of 4 of them. So just go through. A few ideas for this is you guys can talk about your service, right? So Botox, then link to that specific page. You guys cannot link to the same page. If you guys don't have too many pages on your website, put a question mark, put a site link, put equals, and then 1, and then kind of go down where you guys go 1, 2, 3. Even though no matter what, it's going to that same page. You guys can do that as kind of a trick. If you guys don't need to do that and you have a specific page for, say, Botox, for microneedling, for laser removal, you guys can add those specific URLs. So add Botox, add laser hair removal. You guys can do microneedling. You guys can do facials. You guys can just do top rated med spa. And so what these are, they show down here, and they'll show a maximum of 4 of them at one time. So the more you have, the more Google can test to see which ones work for you. And so somebody can click that and they'll be directed to that page. So it's kind of a good way to get additional space on the Google search results to increase your click-through rate, which is good. Headline description, you'll skip over. Call-out extension. Call-out extensions are great. So I'll give you a few ideas. So I'll give you, it's just kind of benefits that you guys have. So free consultations, you guys are 5-star rated, you guys do same-day appointments, you guys have a certified experts, you guys safe and non-invasive procedures and treatment plans. You guys do, Botox and fillers, available, locally owned. Advanced skincare tech, and let's add one more. It's just results you'll love. So it's just kind of benefits and different things that you guys have, and that you can kind of you help your med spa stand out. And this shows below the description. So we'll go ahead and hit save here. Now with structured snippet, it's kind of similar to callouts, except this is more you guys are talking about your services. So if we jump over into structured snippet, what we can do here is we've got amenities, brands, courses, degree programs, destinations, featured hotels, insurance categories, models, neighborhoods, service catalog, show styles, and types. So you guys can usually decide between types or service catalog. For this case, we're going to do service catalog, and then you're going to do all what you guys offer, right? So we've got Botox, we've got lip, we've got laser hair removal, you've got hydrofacial treatments, and we'll just keep going on down the list. And feel free to copy this list, guys. This is completely for your educational purposes, for you guys to also do this. If you guys do need help setting up these campaigns, we do them all the time at Max Conversion. We run them for you, or we do one-time setups. Either one, we can have this all set up for you. So there's our structured snippet. Call, always add a call extension. This is the biggest one. Always add it here. So just add plus, and you guys can format that phone number however you'd like, and then hit save. Lead forms, they really never show up. No need to run lead forms. Same with messages. No need to run those. Location is very, very important. If you guys have a Google My Business profile, integrate it with your Google Ads account, and you guys can have your Google My Business page show up as sponsored at the top whenever somebody looks. Now, it shows up very randomly. There's no way to really choose when it shows up. But if somebody looks up med spa company and you guys are, say your guys are really well rated, you've got over 200 or 100 5-star reviews or even 50, you guys will show up number one, and somebody can call you or text you or reach out to you from that ad right there, because it'll show up on top. So always integrate this. If you guys can offer any sort of price, you guys can add, Botox, $7 a unit. Whatever you guys want to do, you guys can do facial starting at X price, but you can do multiple of these and add that if you want. Promotions are really great as well. So if you guys are running some sort of promotion for new customers, or you guys are for Botox specifically or something, you guys can add this promotion here. Really good. You can add the occasion, you can add the start and the end date. So that, if you guys are running, say, a back-to-school promotion, you guys can set that end date whenever a couple weeks after school starts. So you can add the discount here. Some really cool different things you guys can play around with and customize. I recommend filling these out as much as you possibly can. The more the better. The more filled out your campaign, the better. So let's go jump back into building out the ad groups. So what we've got here is we've got our Botox, laser hair removal, anti-aging, microneedling, and facials is what we're going to target. So if we're jumping over to, let's see here, we're going to jump over to our campaigns, and I've got so many different campaigns. So let's do this. Where is our med spa campaign? All right, so here it is. The pages need to be refreshed. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to grab these ad groups that we're going to target, and we're just going to rename these. So we're going to say this is Botox. This is going to be laser hair removal. Again, guys, like I keep saying, if you guys offer different services, you don't offer some of these services or different ones, you guys can always add other ones. Microneedling, and let's just do facials. Okay. Now, before we jump in there, let's do some keyword research. So we're going to go up to the keyword planner, just use the search bar, type in keyword. What we're going to go ahead and do is type in for the St. Louis region, and this is a little bit bigger than what we're targeting, but it gives us good data. So we're going to do med spa near me, we're going to do Botox company, we can do facials near me, facials St. Louis, Med Spa St. Louis, and this will kind of give you a good idea of how many people are searching, and what it might cost. So this is looking like facials are costing anywhere from about $1 to $5 to $1 to $7. So we'd probably likely bid about $2.50 here. Med spa is about $2.50 to about $11. Fillers are about $3 to about $15. So what we may do is we run a max clicks bidding strategy, and what I'd recommend, depending on what you guys are seeing on your end, what I'd recommend is starting out with a max clicks bidding strategy. And for the St. Louis area, I'd honestly probably recommend about $3.25 per click. I think that's a very, very safe bet to really start. I think we'll get clicks, we'll get impressions. Now, in 48 hours, if we ran this campaign and got no impressions, what we'd likely determine is that there is likely something wrong with our CPC set, so we may need to increase that a little bit more so that we can get those impressions and clicks. Now what we're going to do is I'm actually going to go back and I'm going to look up and see what people are looking for Botox and what might be good, some good keywords. So let's see here. If we look at Botox med spa, it should give us kind of a rough idea of what it might cost, and let's get some intentionality behind it. Spa, Botox, med spa near me, Botox spa. Let's go here. So this is good. This is good. So Botox spa, med spa, Botox is really going to be our primary keywords. We're going to throw in St. Louis as well on there. So what we're going to go ahead and do is when we're back in our ad group, we are going to go to the specific, we want to keep that enabled, but we're going to go to the specific ad group. We're going to go ahead and delete the keywords, and then we're going to add our new keywords here. So we've got Botox spa, med spa Botox, medical spa Botox, med spa Botox St. Louis, and Botox med spa near me. So let's go ahead and add these. Med spa Botox again, so we can add St. Louis, and then medical spa Botox. I think med spa Botox would probably show up for this as well, so I'm not going to add both of them. And then we're going to add Botox med spa near me. Now remember to make all these exact match. We don't want to be running any broad match. We want to keep it really, really controlled and what we know how to do, and we don't want anything outside of our control. So next, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're just going to go down every single ad group and do the same exact thing. So if we go to laser hair removal, go ahead and remove these keywords. And if you guys want to right now, what we can do is we can just go to each ad group so that we have these already prepared, and just go ahead and remove these keywords from it, edit, remove. And so now we've got all these. So now we've got Botox ready to go, we've got med spa company ready to go, and now we're going to start on laser hair removal. And so let's get some laser hair removal keyword ideas. So what we can do is we can put it in here if we want, and we can do, laser hair removal near me. At home is not gonna be something we want to do. Laser hair removal. Let's add company and services. So let's add companies, services, and St. Louis. I think this is good to go. Something else you guys can add, and this is up to you. You guys could add something regarding affordable, so that it shows that they're looking for your guys' service more than likely. Something I'd be aware of: laser hair removal. This could be somebody looking for a product for themselves or looking for you guys. So honestly, if we were running this campaign, I'd probably remove this, even though it's a good quality keyword. You may get people just looking for a product instead of a service. So keeping these ones that have this intent on the back end, the near me, the St. Louis services and companies, that's going to be really, really important. So you guys can also target other things. So you guys can do full body laser hair removal. You guys can do bikini, laser hair removal, legs, underarms, Brazilian, whatever you guys have, you guys can, whatever you guys offer, you guys can go ahead and target those. Now, something I may do if we were running this, I may separate these into their own ad groups. Everything should be tailored towards laser hair removal, but if there's enough volume for, full body, what I'd probably do is set up another ad group so that we can have these more organized, but everything should work in this ad group as well. So, good to go there. We're going to jump over to anti-aging, and we are going to do the same thing. So, it's very repetitive, guys, but we're going to do, anti-aging treatment near me, anti-aging St. Louis, best anti-aging clinics, and you guys can have anti-aging med spa and anti-aging in St. Louis, and you can have non-surgical. This is good to go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and make all these exact match. Oop. All right, now once that's exact match, we're going to go ahead and hit save, and you're good to go. Again, recommendations from Google, doesn't have enough search volume, totally okay. Run the ads. If they don't get any impressions or clicks after a month, go ahead and remove them, but they're not going to impact the campaign here. We're going to jump over to microneedling. And we're going to do the same thing, so we're going to add, and we're going to do, microneedling near me. We're going to do microneedling in St. Louis. We're going to do RF microneedling St. Louis, and professional microneedling med spa, and I think that should be good to go. You guys can also do specific keywords, so we've got different ones like this. So if we do microneedling for acne scars, for wrinkles, for stretch marks, RF microneedling. So you guys can do this as well. Totally optional. You guys might get some search volume from it, but also you may not. Nowadays, it's in 2025, Google's pretty loose with their keywords that they're using. So likely what we'll see here is low search volume for a lot of those. Actually we don't. So, yeah, actually we don't. So you may want to run them, kind of test the water, see if these are any good. If they are, good deal. If they're not, then go ahead and remove them down the road. So we're going to jump over to our last one, which is facials. And we're going to do the same thing, and then we're going to jump over into the ads. So kind of same structure, guys. We're going to have facials near me, hydrofacials, St. Louis, acne facial. Oh, oops. Here, let's do this. We're going to do this, and I'm just going to go ahead and upload this list for you guys. And we're going to go ahead and hit those with the exact match. Good to go. You guys can also have the specific treatment ones where you guys have, anti-aging, facial treatment, facial for glowing skin, those sorts of ones. You guys can have promotions, so facial deals in St. Louis, facial specials, those sorts of keywords as well. So, but this is good to go for now. Likely what you'll see is some more keywords popping up here and there, and you guys can add those later. Now what we want to do is we want to go back into each ad group, and we're going to change the ads around. So what we want to do is change out the headlines and descriptions to be focused on whatever the theme of that specific ad group is. So for this one, it's facials. So we are going to get this created. So we're going to have facials, and then we're going to have St. Louis. So if we look here, this will change from facials to St. Louis here, so that it's more familiar. What we're going to go ahead and do is top-rated med spa in St. Louis. Totally okay to keep that, but what we're also going to do is add things surrounding facials. So, book your glow up today. Clear skin starts here. Just kind of talking about and kind of trying to relate to what they are and what they're looking for. So what we're actually going to do is hydro specials in St. Louis up here, and go ahead and remove that. Specials St. Louis, and then what we're going to go ahead and do is do that. So now we've got some keywords surrounding facials. This is good to go. You guys can also, this about laser. You probably don't want anything about laser since somebody's looking for a facial. So you guys could throw that in there, but you don't need to. I would recommend trying to keep it as close to facials as possible. Even Botox and microneedling, you probably don't want. Description, we always like to add a new description. Description should be focused on the specific service. So what I would say here is, let's discover radiant skin and confidence at St. Louis top rated med spa. Let's see, discover radiance and confidence with a facial in St. Louis's top rated med spa. Book visit today. Actually, just like that. So this has our facial in it. It's got St. Louis and it's got med spa. So these are kind of our keywords that we want to focus on. This will improve your quality score, improve your click-through rate down the road, and so you'll be good to go. So once you add that, what we're going to go ahead and do is hit save. And it says our destination isn't working. That's all right. If you guys have a working website, it should work no problem. But we're just going to go ahead and hit that, save that anyways. Same thing with Botox, guys. So we're going to go down the list and do this. So we're going to do Botox, and we're going to do same thing, St. Louis. And we've got, let's change. I like the top-rated med spa and STL, but we're also going to do, Botox, St. Louis, natural Botox results. We're going to change that out for laser skin resurfacing, smooth wrinkles, microneedling Botox. That's fine to keep. Skin experts, totally okay. Aesthetic team, that's okay. Smooth wrinkles, book Botox today, and trusted Botox experts. Good deal. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is discover radiant skin and confidence with Botox at St. Louis's top-rated med spa. So we got Botox, St. Louis, and top-rated med spa. And I think you guys are kind of getting the gist of it, how we want to set up these ads, and I'm not going to go through the rest of them, but this is kind of what you want to do. Now, I do recommend running 2 ads per ad group just to fill it out. Now, I recommend having with the 2 ads per ad group, I recommend having one kind of general one. So for a med spa campaign, we'd have, hey, we're a med spa company in St. Louis. We do this, and that. And then I would have another one focused exclusively on the service. So, hey, we're a Botox company. We do this. We can help with this. And that way you guys can A/B test the ads. Because likely what you'll notice is that one specific to the ad group, the Botox one for a Botox ad group that's showing a Botox ad, is going to get a better click-through rate, likely a lower CPC than a general ad will. So I always like to run both of them. Fills out the campaign, gives Google some room to test to see which one performs better. And I'm always a little bit surprised at what the results are. But other than that, guys, you guys' campaign are set up really, really well. Again, if you have more treatments, add those ad groups, copy them, build those out. What I recommend for these campaigns is to run it to a dedicated landing page. A dedicated landing page is a separate part of your website where it's speaking directly to what the audience is looking for. So if you guys have a Botox offer, you guys should run it to a Botox page. If you have a facial offer or even just a facial landing page on your website, exclude that, kind of make it a separate page and run it directly there. You guys will get more appointments booked. You guys will get more phone calls. It'll overall work out better for you guys. So that's kind of my 2 cents and what we've seen as a Google Ads agency. Just landing page outperform in the med spa industry as well as other industries about 10 out of 10 times. So even if your website's amazing, having it directly related to whatever the user's searching for is going to work a little bit better. Now, in terms of advice, what I recommend is adding negative keywords right off the bat. So if you guys don't want low paying customers, you guys don't want, there's certain things you guys don't want. You guys don't want people looking for a job. You guys don't want all this stuff. So what we're going to go ahead and add is what's called a negative keyword list. And a negative keyword list is basically, it prevents your ad from showing on these specific keywords. So if somebody looked up med spa company St. Louis jobs, right? Your ad actually may show up, even though we're running exact match and phrase match a little bit, your ad still has the potential to show up. So what we want to do is add these negative keywords so that you guys aren't showing up. And there's a few ways we can do that. I'm going to walk you through kind of a universal negative keyword list. And then I'm going to walk you guys through we're going to go on jump on the keyword ideas. And we already saw some for other keywords. So what we're going to go ahead and get rid of are a lot of these keywords. So DIY, at home, homemade. We are going to just go ahead and get rid of those. We like to get rid of any questions. So who, what, where, when, and why, and how. Even though somebody might be looking, where's the nearest med spa, we just don't like the top of the funnel keywords, so we automatically get rid of those. And then we've got this list here. I'm going to walk you through it. So we've got, let's jump here, at home. So people looking for, doing some facials at home or some anti-aging or some laser hair removal at home. Go ahead and remove that. How to, we've already removed that. Homemade, don't want to do that. YouTube tutorial, training, course, certificate, or certification. We want to add certificate as well. Learn, online class. Let's just go ahead and do class. Student, degree, webinar, college program, self-treatment, instructions. Let's go ahead and do school, job, hiring. What we like to remove review and reviews. People looking for reviews, we just want to go ahead and remove those. We want people actively looking for what you guys offer. Getting rid of jobs, becoming a provider, opening, free, cheap, discount, all these different ones. So now, if you guys do offer any of these, you guys can make sure that they're not added. But for the most part, these are ones you're not going to want to add. So we already added reviews. And so with these negative keywords, so we can add phrase match, we can add exact match, or we can do broad match. For this specific instance, what we want to do is we want to add broad match because we know that any one of these keywords, if they're searched for in a phrase, that they're likely not quality at all. So we just want to go ahead and remove those. So fill these out, guys. You guys can also use ChatGPT to kind of get some ideas of what are some good negative keywords. Now, I do want to jump back over to this, and we're going to look up laser hair removal. And we're going to get some good ideas on what not to have in our ad and what we might want to remove. So let's see here. You might want to add brands. So if there's specific brands that you guys don't service, but also two, is more people looking for something, you want to get rid of it. Let's see here. Facials. And we're going to see here. Face exfoliator. So you probably don't want something like exfoliator, just because it might be people looking for a product. So lip exfoliator scrub, probably not something you guys want. So go ahead and go through this keyword planner, add any that you guys don't think sound good or don't show intentionality. The big thing with Google Ads is, we're going to go ahead and save that. Big thing with Google Ads is you want intention behind what they're searching for. So when a user looks for med spa company near me, that is the highest intent somebody can look for to find your company. It shows that they're actively looking, their keyword makes sense for you guys. Now, something that might not make sense is, exfoliate my skin, or something about, doing facials that might say that they're doing it at home. You guys don't want those because you can waste a lot of money in this space. It's very, very easy to waste money. And so that's why we set this campaign up as we did. Now, the next steps, guys, is really just making sure that your ads are linked to your landing pages. Setting up conversion tracking. I do have a separate video that I'll comment in the, or I put in the description with how to set up conversion tracking. You guys will want to set up lead form tracking, booking appointment tracking, and phone call tracking. So all three of those, you want to set those up. And then once you guys have that and it's verified, good to go, you guys are ready to rock and roll. This campaign is extremely good. You know, we added that specific targeting method with the audiences. With the shoppers, shoppers are going to be your ideal candidates for this ad. They work so well. And another tip I have for you guys for locations, this isn't really necessary or really do anything, but down the road you guys can get a lot of data through this. So if you guys run in a radius, what I would do is I would filter this by postal code, and then I would go through every single one that's in your radius, and I would target them all. What this will do down the road is give you guys the data you need in order to make adjustments on the campaign on the zip code level. So if we save this, the data will now get, instead of just the radius here, we've got St. Louis and we've got our 15-mile radius. This 15-mile radius will give us information in all of these. However, when we narrow down into the zip code, what we're going to start to see is, hey, the Ladue zip code is working really well, but the Central West End zip code is not really performing. The lead cost is really, really high. They're not converting. And so we're going to know, hey, we might want to negative, the Central West End, not run our ads there and only show, say, in Ladue and all these other zip codes. So now we're allocating our budget to areas that are converting, that are resulting in paying customers, resulting in a lower cost per lead. And that's kind of how you want to run this campaign. So that's kind of a bonus tip. But if you guys set up everything the way I walked you through, you guys added some different services that you may offer, or just kept the ones that I added, you guys should be good to go. Again, if you guys are looking for help setting up conversion tracking, managing these campaigns, anything, we do that at Max Conversion. Just go to max-conversion.com. We can help you out. But if you got some value out of this video, make sure you hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more helpful Google Ads content.